Hi there, and welcome back to SparrowCast series by Survey Sparrow. Here, we help you connect the dots with the best ideas from industry experts and thought leaders. And guess who's joining us today? Morgan Ingram. Morgan is the Director of Execution and Evolution at JBarrows Sales Training, focusing on delivering to sales development teams tips to enhance their skill sets and performance. Morgan started his own YouTube series, The SDR Chronicles, with more than 100 videos providing SDRs with motivation, advice, and tactics. At only 26, Morgan has been named one of the top 50 sales leaders by LinkedIn, a top 25 sales development thought leader by Inside Sales, and a LinkedIn top sales voice. Morgan has created a brand for himself, and his work has been featured in Forbes, Sales Hacker, HubSpot blog, and Harvard Business Review. Welcome to SparrowCast, Morgan. We are thrilled to have you here with us today.
Yeah, happy to be here.
So, Morgan, how do you go about building a brand for yourself?
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of things that go into that, because when you're going about building a brand for yourself, you have to think about a lot of different factors. First of all, why are you doing it? What are you trying to do? What are you even trying to, what's your end result? So going about build a brand for yourself, there's actually two different types of brands. There's internal and there's external. So internal brand is the brand that you have within your organization and what you're doing there to up-level yourself and get a promotion. External is what people see you outside of your organization. So that's what you build through a LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, wherever your audience is. So ultimately how you go about building it is you have to figure out what your voice is, and you have to be authentic, which obviously is a buzzword, but ultimately you have to be yourself and who you are on a day-to-day basis, but share your journey of what you're going through. And how I built mine was I just came in, was a sales development rep, shared my journey, and that's how I built the brand. There's nothing that I've ever posted that I haven't done, experienced, or asked someone the question about. So in that makes it more impactful, that makes it more applicable, and then ultimately it helps people get the most out of what they're doing. So really how you go about and build that brand, you have to figure out what type of channel that you actually are conveying your message on. So that's video, it could be written, it could be audio via podcast. You have to figure out what that is. And then once you figure out what that is, you need to continuously do that at scale and then find your audience in your tribe, as they call it, of people that you need to interact with. So going out and building a personal brand, it's a long-term value. It's essentially your reputation. And whether you want that to be internal, external, it could be one or the other or both. I tell people you should be doing both, but I know everyone's goal isn't to be mapped to do both. So essentially that's how you build the brand. Be consistent, figure out where your audience is, interact with people that are those key subject matter experts. And in return, over time, you'll see your brand build. It takes years to build, but once it is built, it's a foundation you can continuously have for the rest of your career and your life.
Thank you so much, Morgan. I'm definitely going to adopt all those steps for myself, and I'm sure our audience will too. So let me sum up the key takeaways from our session here with Morgan today. Understand why you're doing it and what's the purpose behind it. There are two types of brands: internal, that's within your organization, and external, that's when you're trying to create a niche for yourself outside your organization. Depending on the purpose, choose the right channel. For instance, within the organization, it could be any internal communication tool. If it's external, then it could be videos, podcasts, social media, and so on. Figure your audience and keep them engaged always. Building brand is a long process, so the key is to be consistent. A final question to you, Morgan. Did you have any chance to take part in Survey Sparrow surveys?
Yeah, I mean, I take surveys from time to time. It is, that is what it is when I take them. But the difference is that it's just interactive. Like that's just like the main thing. So again, like I was saying earlier, like the more interactive something is, the better it's going to be. I mean, it was interactive, right? So it was good. Like, again, at the end of the day, like if something is more interactive, then it will be better, right? Right. So, but again, it depends on like the end users. It depends on the demographics as well. But that's kind of like my thoughts on it.
Thank you so much for your kind words. It's actually words like these that keeps us going forward. Thanks again, Morgan, and we shall see you again in the next SparrowCast. Until then, fly along with us.